Hello student, welcome back to another session of Electronics Paper 1 Applied Electronics. So let us proceed. So we already started with fourth chapter Operational Amplifiers. So this is the sixth lecture. So let us very fast revise what we have done in the previous lecture. We started with the applications of op-amp. In that we have seen the linear applications and non-linear applications. When I say linear application means the input circuit, the shape of the output is same as that of the input, and when we say non-linear applications means the shape of the output signal is different from the input signal. So there are two type of applications, linear applications and non-linear applications, right? So we started with the linear applications. We are done inverting op-amp, non-inverting op-amp, then buffer, inverter, adder. So we have seen these applications of op-amp. So let us proceed. So applications of an op-amp. We have seen linear application, the circuit in which the shape of the output signal is same of that of the input signal. That applications are called as linear applications. So in linear application till now we have seen inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, inverter, buffer and adder. Today we'll see subtractor. Another application of op-amp, that is subtractor. So op-amp as subtractor. Student, in exam the question may come for 3 marks or 4 marks. Draw the circuit diagram of op-amp as subtractor and write the expression for the output voltage. You have to draw the circuit diagram and derive the expression for output voltage. So let us see. In the previous lecture we have seen that in inverting amplifier we have applied the input to the inverting terminal and the non-inverting terminal was grounded. In non-inverting amplifier, we applied the input to the non-inverting terminal through the resistance and we have grounded the inverting terminal. Then we have seen the inverting adder, in that we applied more than one input to the inverting terminal and the non-inverting terminal was grounded. In subtractor or differentiator, here we have applied the input to both the terminals, inverting as well as non-inverting terminal. So input voltage V1 is applied to the inverting input terminal through resistance R1. So the current flowing through this is I1. A feedback resistance R2 is connected between the output and the inverting input terminal of the op-amp, and the current flowing through that is I2. A feedback resistance R2 is connected between output and the inverting input terminal of the op-amp. Input voltage V2 is applied to the non-inverting terminal through the resistance R1 and R2, right? So this is nothing but circuit diagram for subtractor. So I1 is a current flowing through R1 and I2 is a current flowing through R2. So here also I3 is a current flowing through R1 and I4 is a current flowing through R4. As the input impedance, we have seen the characteristics of an ideal op-amp where the input impedance of the op-amp is very high. So current absorbed by the amplifier is 0. So no current is absorbed by the op-amp. So I1 is equals to I2 and I3 is equal to I4. The differential mode input is equal to the potential between A and B. So we have seen gain is equals to output upon input. So input is nothing but the differential mode gain, that is the difference, potential difference between point A and B, that is VA and VB. So what is gain? Gain is output voltage upon input voltage. What is output voltage? VO upon what is the input voltage? The difference input, right? So VAB. So what will be VAB? VAB is equals to V0 upon VA. As the gain is infinite as a gain, so VAB is equals to 0. So the potential at this point is 0. Hence point A or B at same potential, VA is equals to VB is equals to V. So potential at VA is equals to V, that is nothing but V. They are at the same potential. So the potential at this point is V. So let us apply Ohm's law and write the equation for the current. So I1 is the current flowing through R1. So what will be I1? I1 will be equal to the potential difference across these 2 points upon the resistance, right? So I is equals to V1 minus V upon R1. Similarly, I2 is equals to the potential difference at voltage at point A and at the output. So what is the voltage at point A? VA, that is equals to V minus output voltage VO upon R2, right? Similarly, I3 equals to the potential difference across the two terminals of this R1 resistance R1, that is V2 minus V upon R1, V2 minus V upon R1. I4, similarly I4 is equals to V, the potential at point B, minus the potential at the other end of the resistance R2, that is grounded. So 0 upon R2. So I4 is equals to V minus 0 upon R2. As I1 equal to I2. Why I1 equal to I2? Because the input impedance of the op-amp is very high. Ideal op-amp is very high, infinite. Therefore, no current will flow through the op-amp. So I1 is equals to I2. So if we are equating this to equation, so what will be the left hand side? V1 minus V upon R1 equals to V minus VO upon R2, right? Similarly, I3 is equals to I4. Current flowing I3 is equals to I4. V2 minus V1 upon R1 is equals to V upon R2, right? So equating the left hand side and right hand side, right? So your I1 was equals to I2, that is V1 minus V upon R1 equal to V minus V0 upon R2. So rearranging the terms, V1 upon R1 equals to V upon 1 upon R1 plus V upon R2. So we are taken V common. So 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 minus V0 upon R2. That is equation number 1. Similarly, equating the left hand side and right hand side of I3 is equals to I4. So that was nothing but V2 minus V upon R1 equals to V upon R2. So again rearranging the term, V2 upon R1 V upon R1 minus V upon R1, taking this side. So V common, 1 upon R1, 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, V common. So V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, equation number 2. Now we got the value of V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. We will substitute in this. Why you are substituting this? We want output in terms of input. So what are our input? V1 and V2. What is our output? V0. So we will eliminate this by substituting the value of this. So what is the value of V into bracket 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, that is nothing but V2 upon R1. So we'll substitute here the value of V2 upon V up 1 plus R1 plus as V2 upon R1. Clear? So putting the value of equation 2 into equation 1, we get V1 upon R1 equals to, instead of V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, we have substituted V2 upon R2 minus V0 upon R1. So taking this on left hand side and these two terms on the right hand side, what we get? Minus V0 upon R2. So here it becomes plus V0 upon R2, V out upon R2 is equals to V2 upon R1, and we are taking this on the right hand side. So it's minus V1 upon R1, right? So V out is equals to R2 upon R1. R1 common, denominator is same. So we can take common. So R2 upon R1 into V2 minus V1. If R1, the value of R1 and R2 are same, so they cancel out. So what we get? V out is equals to V2 minus V1. So thus The output is a difference between the two input voltage. So we got the subtractor, right? So here thus the output is a difference between the two input, and the input may be AC or DC signal. Clear? So V output is equals to V2 minus V1. So this is nothing but the expression for the output of the op-amp subtractor. Let us see the problem based on the linear applications of op-amp, that is inverting op-amp, a non-inverting op-amp, adder and subtractor. So let us see the few problems based on this. So problem number 1, what is the feedback resistance required to have the gain of 25 if the input resistance is 400 ohm for an inverting op-amp? So what you are given here? Inverting op-amp. Gain, how much the gain given? 25. What is the input resistance? 400 ohms. Now it is said that is it is inverting op-amp. So for inverting op-amp, what is the gain? Gain is equals to minus Rf upon Ri, right? You are given the value of gain. Here gain is 25 and input resistance is Ri is equals to 400 ohms, right? So Rf upon Ri is equals to 25. So Rf equal to 25 into 400. So that is nothing but 10,000 ohms or 10 kilo ohm. So Rf is equals to 10 kilo ohm, right? So this way a simple example, 1 mark is reserved for the formula and 1 mark for writing it in the proper way, like 3 marks problem. So 1 mark for substitution if there is any conversion, that also, and 1 mark for the answer, right? So 3 mark problem comes for 3 marks. Problem number 2, find out the output voltage of a non-inverting amplifier with Ri 200 kilo ohm, Rf 2 mega ohm and Vi equals to 10 milliampere. So now here we have to convert this kilo ohm into ohm and mega ohm into ohm and this Vi into volt, millivolt. So it will be 200 into 10 raised to 3 ohm, Rf 2 into 10 raised to 6 ohm, that is mega means 10 raised to 6, and Vi is equals to 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt, milli 10 raised to minus 3. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt. For solution for an non-inverting op-amp, the output, what is the relation between output and input voltage? V out is equals to Vi in bracket 1 plus Rf upon R1. Let us substitute the value of the value. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 3, 1 plus 2 into 10 raised to 6 mega. So 10 raised to 6 upon 200 into 10 raised to 3. So 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3 cancels, 2000 upon 200, that is nothing but 10. 10 plus 1, 11. And this 10 into 10 raised to minus 3. So 11 into 10, that is 110, 110, and 10 raised to 3, that is millivolt. So the output voltage of a non-inverting op-amp is coming out to be V out is equals to 110 millivolt. So see here it is been amplified. We have just applied 10 millivolt and what is our output? 110 millivolt. So output is amplified, right? So this is nothing but the output of a non-inverting op-amp. Now the third problem, find out the output voltage of an op-amp adder if Vi is equal to 0.9 volt, V2 is equals to 1.2 volt, V3 is equals to 2.0 volt and Rf equals to 12 mega ohm, R1 equals to 3 mega ohm, R2 is equals to 4 mega ohm and R3 is equals to 6 mega ohm. See student, you have to take care about conversion. Either the resistance are in kilo ohm or mega ohm, you have to convert in, and the voltages either they are positive or negative, you have to take into consideration that also, and their unit also. Okay, if they are in millivolt, you have to convert into volt. You can't keep one in millivolt and another in volt. So first you have to do the conversion. Clear? So solution for an inverting op-amp adder, we have seen the formula for an we have derived the output voltage for an adder circuit. So V out is equals to minus RF because it is connected to inverting op-amp. So it is minus RF V1 upon R1 plus V2 upon R2 plus V3 upon R3. Now let us substitute the value and convert it. So V out is equals to minus, what is RF? RF is 12 mega ohms. Mega means 10 raised to 6. So minus 12 into 10 raised to 6. V1 is what? 0.9 volts. So no need of conversion. 0.9 upon R1. What is R1? 3 mega ohm. तो मेगा है तो 10 raised to 6 से multiply करना. 3 into 10 raised to 6. V2. What is the value of V2? V2 is equals to 1.2 volts. Also no need to conversion. Millivolt में नहीं है, volt में directly I can write 1.2. What is R2? R2 is equals to 4 mega ohms, that is 4 into mega means 10 raised to 6 plus V3. What is V3? 2 volt. Again it is in volt, so no need of conversion. So it is 2. R3 is 6 mega ohms, that is 6 into 10 raised to 6. So 10 raised to 6 is common in the denominator. I can take outside, cancel with this 10 raised to, I can cancel off this 10 raised to 6. So it is minus 12 into 0.9 upon 3, that is 0.3. 1.2 upon 4, that is 0.3, and that is nothing but 0.33, right? So I can add this 0.3, 0.3 and 0.33, adding and multiplying by the 12. What the output voltage? What is the output voltage? That is equals to minus 11.16 volts. So output voltage for a inverting op-amp, it is coming out to be minus 11.16 volt. Negative sign indicate that output is out of phase with the input. So you have to, sometimes they ask you what is the relation between input and output. So you have to write that. If they are asking along with this for 4 marks, you have to write that output is out of phase with the input. Negative sign indicates that they are in opposite phase. Clear? So student, today we completed the applications of linear applications of op-amp. So today we have seen the subtractor. In subtractor is nothing but the difference of the two input, the applied voltage. So if you are applying the two different voltage, we get the subtracted output. So V out was equals to V2 minus V1. So we have seen the application, linear applications of op-amp, starting with inverting op-amp. In that we are seeing V out is equals to minus RF upon RI into VI. Then we are seeing non-inverting op-amp, the relation between input and output was V out was equals to VI 1 plus RF upon RI, right? Then we are seeing the voltage follower VO is equals to minus VI, that is the sign changer, right? In non-inverting we are seeing the, when R and R, both the RF and RI are equal, the buffer circuit, that is voltage follower circuit. So V out is equals to V input. So we call that circuit as buffer circuit or voltage follower. Then we are seeing the adder circuit, op-amp adder. We can add the input, number of input connected to the inverting terminal. So V out was equals to minus V1 plus V2 plus V3 in the bracket, right? And provided the resistance, the value of all the resistance connected in the at the input as well as the feedback are equal, right? R1, R2, R3 is equals to RF, and the value of all this resistance is same. Then just we can add with the negative sign, right? So V out was equals to minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3. Clear? Today we have seen subtractor, where the output is equals to the difference between the applied voltages at the inverting and the non-inverting terminal. So V out was equals to V2 minus V1, and we have seen based on the formula the simple problems, right? But here you have to keep in mind the conversion, right? It is just a substitution problem, but you have to careful. First you have to do the conversion, proper convert the voltages and the resistance, and then just substitute in the formula and get the output. Okay. So today we came to the end of the Operational amplifier session 6. Thank you.